All right, let's get right into it. We're going to break down how you can write emails that actually cut through all the noise, get opened, and, here's the most important part, actually get a reply.
I mean, this is a feeling we all know, right? You spend all this time crafting the perfect email, you hit send, and then just nothing. This quote really hits home because it's a frustration that pretty much everyone with a job feels.
So what is the real problem here? It's not that your coworkers are just ignoring you on purpose. It's that your email is just one of like 100 others in their inbox, and it's totally vague. It screams, this is going to take a lot of effort, so they just scroll right past it. But the good news, this is so fixable, and we're going to start fixing it right now.
Okay, the very first thing we have to master is the subject line. And look, this isn't just a title, okay? It's your entire pitch for the email. And you've got about 3 seconds to make it count.
That's it, 3 seconds. Think about it like this. A clever subject line makes somebody stop and think, but a specific subject line makes someone act. It tells them exactly what's inside and why they should care, instantly. Let's look at a super common example, following up on our call. I mean, it's so generic. It forces the person reading it to do work, to try and remember what call you're even talking about. But check out the after. Follow up, next steps from our call today. Boom, they instantly know the context and the purpose. You've done all the hard work for them.
Okay, here's another one that just perfectly shows the difference. Quick question is a total trap, right? It could mean anything from 5 seconds to a 50-minute task. But project scope, 1 sentence change needed, approve. That tells them this email can be dealt with in like 15 seconds. You're not just sending information, you're sending them the gift of efficiency.
And one last one on this, invoice. It's fine, but you know what's going to happen? It's going to get filed away for later. But the after version, it puts all the essential info right there. The number, the due date, the amount. The other person can prioritize this and maybe even pay it without ever opening the email. That's how powerful this is.
So, you've totally nailed the subject line, and they've actually opened your email. Great! Now what? We have to structure the body of the email so it's impossible to ignore. And to do that, we're going to borrow a little trick from the world of journalism.
You know, most of us were taught to write emails like we write essays. We build up our case, we give all this context, and then we finally put the main point at the very end. The inverted pyramid just flips that whole idea on its head. Just like a breaking news story, you lead with the most important stuff right at the top.
So here's how it breaks down. It's really simple. First, you have the lead. That's your headline, the absolute core of your message. Then comes the context, which gives the why for anyone who needs it. And finally, you have the tail, which has all the extra optional details. This whole structure is just about respecting everyone's time.
And this slide just shows the difference so perfectly. The wrong way just wanders all over the place. Tom has to read a whole paragraph before he even knows what you want. But the right way, it puts the conclusion right up front. We should A/B test. The reason why comes second. Tom can agree and reply in 5 seconds flat.
Okay, so we've got a killer subject line, a really well-structured body. Now for the last and maybe most crucial piece, the ask. This is where so many emails fail. If your ending is weak, you're still not going to get a reply.
So here's the deal. Vague things like, let me know your thoughts, they just create work for the other person. They have to stop and figure out what you actually want from them. Instead, you need to make one and only one clear, specific ask. Make it totally effortless for them to respond.
And these are just perfect examples of what that looks like. They're simple, they're direct, and they're often just a choice between two things. Approve or reject. Go or wait. A or B. You're not asking them to write an essay for you, you're just asking for a decision. And that is how you get fast replies.
But what happens when you do all this stuff right and you still get radio silence? Well, that's when we need to talk about the art of the follow-up. And it's not about being annoying, it's about being professional.
The first thing you've got to remember is this. A follow-up is not a sign that you're desperate. It's a signal of priority. It tells the other person, hey, this is still important. And the basic rule of thumb is pretty simple. For anything that's not on fire, give them at least 2 full business days before you nudge them.
This table here is a fantastic, super practical guide. Just notice how the timing changes depending on the situation. See, an internal action item gets a quick follow-up, because you got to keep the project moving. But an external client, they get a little more breathing room, to show respect for their schedule. It's a great little cheat sheet to keep handy. Now, how you follow up is every bit as important as when. This is the final piece of the whole puzzle.
A great follow-up isn't just a bump. Please don't just forward the old email and say, just checking in. You have to add new value. Add a deadline. Add a reason why it's urgent now. Something like, hey, still need your sign-off so we can send the brief to the printer tomorrow. Now that gives a real reason for the nudge.
And really, this is what it all boils down to. Every single tip we've talked about, from the specific subject line, to the inverted pyramid, to the clear ask, it's all based on these three things: clarity, respect, and specificity. This isn't about finding some magic email hack. It's just about being a better communicator.
And if you want to put all this into practice with some tools that are ready to go, the source for this whole explainer, Just Simple Work, actually has a free bundle of email templates you can grab. It's a really great next step for turning these ideas into actual habits. Go make your emails worth opening.